What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, and welcome back to what is becoming an insane January window with I don't know how many links we have right now. We're looking at one position to strengthen right now. We've known that, or Giuntoli have known that for about 3 months, and somehow the list gets bigger and bigger and longer each and single day, and actually it gets worse as well. That's maybe the main issue. But we have new names. We have Renato Veiga from Chelsea. We have Chilwell. We have Lloyd Kelly. And we have an update on Douglas Luiz. Now, before I get into the video, obviously, hit the like button. Do that now. Appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Let me say that whatever I'm talking about right now could be completely done, pointless, throw it out the window in a couple of minutes. And even if it switches, it can switch again. That's a situation right now. We can step away from a target and not do it. We can agree with a target and still step away. That is what is happening right now. So before we get into it, like I said, like, subscribe, and let's talk about option number, I don't know, 10 at this stage. Okay, so first, talks with Chelsea. We already had talks with Chelsea this summer, I want to say, this January for Renato Sanchez, December, excuse me. And then it was like, yeah, Chelsea want to move him on. But the news that came out was that, you know, Maresca wants to keep Veiga in the squad. And he's not playing him. That's it. And you know, if you listen to Chelsea fans, they're not happy with him. They're happy he's leaving, but we all are like that as fans, you know. And then the player goes away and he does well at another team. So I'm not talking about that, but we are in for him. He's a versatile player. He's young. I've not seen enough to say he has massive potential. I've not seen enough to say he is not worth anything, like Chelsea fans are saying. I don't know. Like, I've not seen enough. That being said, Chelsea won a permanent deal and they won around 20 million euros for Veiga. I'd rather spend money. If you're gonna spend money, I'd rather do not waste money. Obviously, that's obvious. However, I'd rather spend money on a player that has any sort of upset, that has some sort of value, than spend that on a player that you will not get that money back, and also is not really going to move the needle, in my opinion, like a Tomori. That I can live with. My issue is that these are not first options, and that is my biggest fear, because with the players we're missing, we need first options. We need, you know, players that you believe in from day one, basically, rather than you scrambling around and get players in, you know. So that is my only issue, and obviously it's taking way too long. That obviously gets into the mix. So I don't know. Let's see how that will develop. I think you can do a potential deal, and if it happens, it's good, you know. But even if it says it's happening, do not take that for a word right now. Just relax with it, everything right now, because it changes way too soon. So that's one. The other thing is Chilwell, and that's actually the sad part, because Alfredo Pedula came out and said that if Cambiaso moves to Man City, and David Ornstein said it's very unlikely that City is going to make an offer, because that offer should have been made like last Friday, excuse me, and for some reason it didn't came in, and he said like it's very unlikely that they're going to move on, make a move for Cambiaso. But Pedula said if Cambiaso leaves, then Chilwell is a replacement, or a potential replacement. It cannot get any sadder than that. That's the only thing I probably have to describe that. He's not good. He's injury prone, and actually ever since he joined Chelsea, besides I think the first season, he's a shocking defender. Like, he's really shocking. Like, it's actually, like, actually being linked with these profiles is pissing me off. It's really pissing me off. It shows that you're not prepared at all. It shows that you're willing to downgrade even mid-season, you know, instead of improving. It shows lack of ambition. It shows lack of planning. It shows a bit of everything. It shows lack of being serious, like being respected. Like, these players cannot be options. They can just absolutely not be serious, valid options, no matter what happens. So throw that out of the window, because that's actually sad. Another thing that's, in my opinion, unacceptable is a player like Lloyd Kelly wasting money. You know, we're in for him. we offered apparently 12 million euros. They want more, and there's a feeling you can close that deal at 15. From being injury prone to being benched by players that should be retired almost, to just not being good enough, to, again, the injuries. Like, look at his track record. It's actually insane that we are in for these players. You know, the story is that Giuntoli has been following since Napoli. We're not Napoli. You know, that's one. And two, he was free in the summer. Then why didn't you pounce on him in the summer? Now you're willing to actually pay money for the guy that Bournemouth moved on because you handed him Huijsen, and now everybody wants Huijsen. Like, the script, it wrote itself, like, if you do that. And it's a very sad script, you know. It's a drama. It's literally a drama. So I don't know why we're being linked with him. Versatile, whatever, but he cannot stay fit. And he's a bench player at Newcastle, who, by the way, have Dan Burn starting over him. Dan Burn. Like, let that sink in. I know it doesn't mean anything, you know, if a player goes from one team to another. But take my word for him, he's not it. He's definitely not in. So that's, like, the links are extremely sad, because it feels like we're just wasting money to waste money just because we're not prepared. And then the final thing is Douglas Luiz. It's rumors around him, you know, Man City and Premier League teams, but it's all loans, no options. And in that case, you don't make that deal happen. You do not loan out a player like Douglas Luiz, who you paid a lot of money, just on loan with an option. You don't. You keep him, and you're probably going to use him because you're probably going to need him mid-season. But do not do a simple loan with an option. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's what you do with a youngster. You want to gain some experience. A player you cannot move out of the squad and has been here for ages. He's been here for 6 months. That's actually ridiculous. Just loan him out with no option, in my opinion. However, City are following him, but they don't want to do a permanent deal, nor does any other team in for him right now, you know. And the news is that the club is okay doing a deal, but only with an obligation to buy in it, you know. And right now, no team is lining up to do that, so he's probably going to stay, you know. And I think it's the right decision because, like I said, along with an option is just weird for the profile and everything surrounding it. But it is, you know, transfer window closing almost, you know, 2 weeks, and we have no center back, and the options are moving from left to right. It's all over the place. There's no real consistency with the profiles, and it's extremely worrying when you get linked with actually paying money for a player like Lloyd Kelly and actually thinking about Ben Chilwell should you sell Cambiaso mid-season. That is extremely worrying ahead of a massive game against Bruges and Napoli. But let me know in the comments what you think. Like the video as always, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back later tonight to preview the Bruges game and also give you more updates on the transfer news as well. Ciao.